It's 6 o'clock in the evening. I am sitting on my sofa. The TV is on, but I'm not really watching it. I'm just scrolling on my phone. Down, down, down. I see a photo of a cat. I see a video of someone cooking. I see a sunset. And then I just stop. I look at the wall. I don't feel sad. I don't feel happy. I just feel nothing, like a glass of water that is totally empty.
I know that feeling so well. It happened to me this morning. I was standing in the kitchen waiting for the kettle to boil. The sun was coming through the window. Everything was fine. My life is good. But suddenly, I felt like there was a big hole inside me. Not a painful hole, just space. Empty space.
Exactly. It's like a quiet hum in the background of your day.
Welcome to Pod Studio. I'm Alex.
And I'm Emma.
Before we start, if you want more fun English podcasts like this, hit the subscribe button right now and join our English learning family.
It really helps us grow. Today, we are talking about that feeling, the feeling of being empty.
It's a strange topic for a podcast, maybe. Usually people want to talk about being happy or being successful, but we think it's important to talk about the quiet moments too, the moments when you feel a bit hollow.
Hollow. That's a good word, Alex. It means something is empty inside, like a pipe or an old tree. You look normal on the outside, but inside there is nothing there.
We want to talk about this because it happens to everyone. And if you are learning English, it can be hard to explain these soft, quiet feelings. You have the words for hungry or tired, but how do you describe this?
So let's just talk. Grab a coffee, or keep walking, or keep driving, and just listen.
Emma, when you felt that way on the sofa yesterday, what did you do? Did you try to fix it?
At first, I tried to fill the space. I think that is what we usually do, right? We feel empty, so we look for something to put inside. I went to the kitchen and opened the fridge. I wasn't hungry, but I wanted to eat something. I wanted a distraction.
A distraction. That's when you do something so you don't have to think about a difficult feeling, like playing a game on your phone because you were bored.
Yes, but the food didn't help. Then I called my sister. We talked for 10 minutes about her work and her kids. It was a nice conversation, but when I hung up the phone, the empty feeling was still there. It was waiting for me.
I think that is the tension we all live with. We have this noise in our lives, phones, music, people, and we use that noise to hide the silence. But the silence is actually very important.
Do you think so? For me, the silence feels a bit scary. It feels like I am failing at something. Like if I'm not feeling excited or busy, then I'm wasting my time.
That is a very modern problem. We feel guilty if we are just existing. Guilty means you feel like you did something wrong, but feeling empty isn't a mistake. It's just a state of being.
I like that. A state of being. It's not a broken leg, it's just the weather inside your head.
I remember when I moved to the city, I didn't know anyone. My apartment was very quiet. I had a good job and I liked my neighbors, but every Sunday afternoon, the emptiness would come. I used to go to the supermarket just to hear people talking. I didn't even need to buy food. I just wanted to be near life.
So you were lonely. Is emptiness the same as loneliness?
They are cousins, I think, but they're different. Loneliness is when you want to be with people. Emptiness is more about meaning. It's like you're doing all the right things, but you don't feel the spark.
The spark? You mean the energy? The little fire that makes you feel excited?
Yes. Sometimes the fire goes out for a day or two, and I think especially for our listeners who are working hard or studying a new language, life can feel like a routine. You wake up, you study, you work, you sleep.
The grind. People say that a lot in offices. The daily grind. It means the hard, repetitive work we do every day.
Exactly. And when you're in the grind, you can start to feel like a machine. Machines don't feel happy. They just function.
I felt like a machine last week. I was writing reports for my boss. I wrote one, then another, then another. By the end of the day, I felt numb.
Numb.
That's a powerful word. If your arm goes to sleep and you can't feel it when you touch it, it is numb. But we use it for feelings, too. It means you can't feel emotions.
Yes, I wasn't sad. If I was sad, I could cry. Crying actually feels better than feeling empty, because at least crying is something. Being numb is just gray.
I think we should tell people that it's okay to be gray sometimes. You don't have to be bright yellow every day.
That's true, but it's hard when you see other people on social media. Everyone looks so full. They have full plates of food, full lives, full houses.
But that's a facade. A facade is like the front of a building that looks very pretty, but maybe the inside is empty or messy. No one posts a photo of themselves sitting on the sofa feeling numb at 6 p.m.
You're right. Here is a photo of me feeling absolutely nothing. Like and subscribe. No one does that.
Maybe we should. It would make people feel less isolated. Isolated means feeling like you are all alone on an island.
I think that's why talking about it helps. When you said you felt that way by the kettle this morning, I felt a bit better. I thought, oh, Alex is a smart, happy guy, and he feels it too.
I definitely do. And I've learned to stop running away from it. Now, when I feel empty, I try to sit with it.
Sit with it? That sounds difficult. Do you mean you just stay still and feel the emptiness?
Yes. I don't turn on the radio. I don't check my emails. I just sit for 5 minutes. I say to myself, okay, I feel empty right now. That is what is happening.
And does it go away?
Not immediately, but it stops being scary. It's like a guest in your house. If a guest walks in and you try to push them out, they fight you. But if you say, okay, you can sit in the chair for a while, eventually they get bored and leave.
That's a very calm way to look at it. I usually try to fix it. I think maybe I need a new hobby, or maybe I need to move to a new city. I think I need a big change.
People call that the geographic cure, thinking that moving to a new place will fix your internal feelings. But usually you just take your feelings with you in your suitcase.
I have a very heavy suitcase then.
We all do, Emma. But let's look at the language of this. When we say we feel empty, we are using a metaphor. A metaphor is when we use a physical word to describe a feeling. We aren't actually hollow like a pipe.
Right. We are full of blood and bones and memories, so the emptiness is just a lack of connection in that moment.
Connection to what, though?
Maybe connection to ourselves? When I am busy all day, I am talking to my boss, I am talking to the shopkeeper, I am reading the news, I am connecting to everyone else, but I forget to check in with Emma.
Check in. I like that expression. It's what you do with a hotel, but we also use it to mean looking at your own emotions. Like, I need to check in with myself to see how I'm feeling.
Yes, and if I don't check in for a long time, the emptiness grows. It's like a garden. If you don't look at the garden for a month, the flowers might die, and it starts to look a bit empty and brown.
So maybe the feeling of being empty is actually a signal.
A signal, like a red light on a car?
Yes, the red light tells you the car needs oil. The empty feeling tells you that your soul needs some attention. Not work, not movies, not food, just attention.
That's a nice way to think about it. It's not a bad thing, it's just a message.
Exactly. But it's hard to hear the message when the world is so loud. Think about our listeners. Many of them are learning English while living busy lives. They are trying to improve. They want to be better.
There is a lot of pressure to be better. Pressure is that heavy feeling when people expect a lot from you, or when you expect too much from yourself.
And when you're under pressure, you don't have time to feel full. You only have time to do.
I think that's why some people feel empty after they finish a big project. You work so hard for a goal, like passing an English exam. You study for months. You are so busy. Then you pass the exam. You should be happy, right? But instead you feel flat.
Flat, like a soda with no bubbles.
Yes, the bubbles are gone. You thought the success would fill you up, but it didn't.
That is because success is a destination, but we live in the journey. If the journey is just stress and work, the destination will always feel a bit empty.
This is getting a bit deep, Alex. Let's bring it back to the ground. If someone is listening right now and they're feeling a bit flat or gray, what can they do in their daily life? Not a cure, but just a small thing.
Well, sometimes I try to notice small, solid things.
Solid means something hard and real, right? Like a rock or a wooden table?
Yes, when my mind feels empty and floaty, I touch something solid. I feel the cold water on my hands when I wash the dishes. I feel the weight of a book. I look at the texture of my coat. It sounds silly, but it brings you back to the present moment.
It doesn't sound silly at all. I do something similar with senses.
The five senses? Sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch?
Yes, I try to find one thing for each. One thing I can smell, maybe the coffee. One thing I can hear, maybe the birds outside. It reminds me that the world is full even if I feel empty.
That is a great grounding technique. Grounding is a word we use in psychology. It means connecting yourself back to the earth so you don't get lost in your thoughts.
I think it also helps to talk about it simply. Sometimes we feel we need to use big academic words to talk about mental health, but I feel empty is a perfect sentence. It's simple, it's honest.
And you can say it to a friend. You can say, "I'm not sad, I'm just feeling a bit empty today." A good friend will understand. They won't try to tell you a joke to make you laugh. They'll just say, "I understand. Do you want to go for a walk?"
A walk is always a good idea. Moving your body helps move the feelings.
Definitely. But I have a question for you, Emma. Do you think we need to feel empty sometimes? Is it useful?
That's a tough question. Maybe. If we were always full of excitement, we would get very tired. Maybe emptiness is like sleep for our emotions, a time to rest and reset.
I like that. Like a field in winter. Nothing is growing, it looks empty, but underground the earth is getting ready for spring.
That's very poetic, Alex. The winter of the soul.
I didn't mean to be poetic, but it's true. We have seasons, and empty is just one of the seasons.
I think the problem is that our society wants it to be summer all the time. Everyone wants to be hot and bright and productive.
Productive. That's a word you hear in every business video. How to be more productive. It means how to do more work in less time.
But you can't be a productive human being if you don't have downtime.
Downtime. That's a great expression. It's the time when you are not working, like when a machine is turned off so it doesn't get too hot.
Exactly. If you don't have downtime, you burn out.
Burnout. We use that when someone works so hard that they have no energy left. They are like a candle that is burned all the way to the bottom. There is nothing left to burn.
And when you are burned out, you feel very, very empty. But that emptiness is different. That is an exhausted emptiness.
Yes, that requires real rest. Not just watching TV rest, but sleeping and doing nothing rest.
I think for language learners, this is especially important. Learning a language takes a lot of mental energy. Sometimes your brain just feels full of grammar and words, and then suddenly it feels empty because it's tired.
I've had that. I remember studying Spanish for 4 hours. At the end, I couldn't even remember how to say hello. My brain was just blank.
Blank, like a white piece of paper with no writing.
Yes, and I felt stupid. I thought, I am failing. But I wasn't failing, I was just at capacity.
At capacity. That means you are 100% full and you cannot take any more, like a bus that has no more seats.
So, if you are listening to this and you feel blank or empty or numb, please know that it is normal. It is part of being a person.
It's also okay if you don't understand why you feel this way. Sometimes there's no reason.
That's the hardest part for me. I like to solve problems. If I am hungry, I eat. If I am cold, I put on a jacket. If I am empty, I want to fix it. But sometimes there is nothing to fix. You just have to wait.
Patience. It's a boring word, but it's the only answer sometimes.
I agree. And talking like this helps me too. It makes the feeling smaller. When you give a feeling a name, it loses its power over you.
That's true. The name it to tame it rule. Tame means to make a wild animal calm. If you name the empty monster, it becomes a small empty cat.
I like the idea of a small empty cat. It's not so scary. It just wants to sit on your lap for a while.
Exactly. Alex, we have been talking for a while now. I feel a bit more full than when we started, just by sharing these stories.
Me too. It's the connection. Even if we are just talking into microphones and our listeners are far away in different countries, we are sharing a human moment.
A human moment. That's what Pod Studio is all about. If you're feeling that quiet silence today, maybe try what Alex said. Touch something solid, smell your coffee, or just let the feeling be there. It's okay.
It really is. And remember, the empty space is where new things can grow later. You can't put anything new into a jar that is already full.
That is a very positive way to end. The emptiness is potential. Potential means the possibility of something good happening in the future.
Well, Emma, I think that's all for today. I'm going to go and sit in my garden for a few minutes, without my phone.
That sounds lovely. I think I will do the same. Just watch the clouds for a bit.
Thank you for listening to Pod Studio. We hope this conversation was helpful, or at least made you feel a little less isolated.
We'll be back soon with another topic. Take care of yourselves.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.